welcome to my playground and welcome to the Joyful House. I am so excited to spend this week with you, June the 9th through the 15th, 2025, for episode 2 of Welcome to My Playground. I hope you enjoyed last week and our very first week together. I know I did. I know it made a huge difference in my life. And so I'm hoping that you will jump onto this adventure with me and give yourself some deserved fun. Is that even a word? Deserved? Well, it is for today. But I have a question for you. Does fun really matter? Does it even matter? So I want you to take a second and I want you to ask yourself, does fun really matter? Of course it does. Amy Poehler once said, no one looks stupid when they're having fun. Of course they don't, because they're happy. You know, the question, does fun really matter? It actually comes up in a lot of conversations. Maybe not directly, but it does kind of bob and weave itself around the exact question of whether or not fun really matters. You know, we live in a time where we have these busy schedules and we fill our calendars with so many things that we only have space for what really matters. I mean, I don't have a lot of extra time in my life, and I don't imagine you do either, for things that are like without some level of purpose. And I'm not sure we're meant to. After all, God did make each of us on purpose with a purpose, and our days are not meant to be wasted. So when it comes to how we fill our calendar and our lives, we insist, and rightly so, on filling our lives with things that matter. Unfortunately, fun often falls into that category of things to fill in the gaps when all the important things have been organized and scheduled and prioritized. I believe that we make time for things that make us healthy. For you, that could be a trip to the grocery store, a walk around the neighborhood, maybe an appointment with a counselor, or an evening with a small group of friends. The things that shape you, who you want to be, are the things that you will find a spot for on your calendar. And that's true for me too. A truth I keep experiencing is that I am the healthiest version of myself when the activities and opportunities I prioritize on my calendar include things that are fun to me. Because you see, fun isn't frivolous or unnecessary. It isn't wasteful or useless. What fun unlocks in our hearts and our minds and our souls, whether it's a day of fun or half an hour of fun, is incredibly important. It's why we need hobbies. And if you stick around with me this week, I'll introduce you to one or two. And maybe you're already familiar with them. But maybe you haven't given yourself an opportunity to do something like that in a long time. So I hope you'll join me this week as we explore some hobbies. But fun matters because it is a puzzle piece in the bigger picture that's shaping each of us into the healthiest version of ourselves. So I have a challenge for you this week. As you chase your fun, first, I want you to list things or share in the comment section below things that you put on your calendar, whether it's daily or weekly, to help you live a healthy life. And then I want to challenge you to try and just do one thing, even if you did it yesterday, even if you did it last week, but something that has brought you a great deal of fun this week. Can't wait to see what you share. All right, well, come along with me and let's head to my playground this week and let's chase our fun. family, I challenged you last week to do something from your childhood to chase the fun. So I am going to do that. This wasn't what I planned, but, well, this is what God provided. So I'm not only going to go chase my fun like I'm a child, but I'm going to chase my joy out in the rain. When's the last time we danced and played in the rain? Ready? Here we go.
All right.
Let me get out here. Well, that was fun. Oh my gosh. If this is what this segment is going to bring for me, I am loving it probably way more than you are, because there's nothing greater than chasing down your joy, chasing down the fun, and just living life. Can't wait to see what you did from your childhood. Hello, Joy family. I just wanted to come on here and give a quick report. I know after seeing that video clip, it was a little bit hard and disturbing, and I apologize for that, but it is life. It is what is going on here. Did talk to Jonathan, and he and Holly both seem to be doing well and not having any major effects from the accident. So thank you for all of your love, support, and prayers. And he did promise to send me some pictures of the truck taken in daylight so we can see more of what the actual damage is. But either way, we are filled with a grateful heart that he and Holly are doing okay. Hello, Joy family. It is Tuesday, June the 10th, and I thought I would let you know what I've been kind of doing today. Besides play dates and laundry and checking in with Jonathan and my family, my parents, my sister, I have been working on a couple of projects, but one in particular that I want to give you an opportunity to be a part of, since it's going to be so special, is the project that I'm working on with Crochet Project Heart, or Heart Project, anyway, with Dana from Wonderless Crochet, because today is something very significant. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the camera turned around so you can see what is in front of me. But today I get to finally add the alpaca yarn to this project, and I'm very excited about it because my camera's not working. Oh, might help if I pointed at the camera. Because I've never worked with alpaca yarn before. So this is my first time. And so I am very, very excited to share this experience with you. All right. Oh, I'm upside down. Woo-hoo! I should turn the camera first. But here we go. And the sun is streaming in on this, so it's making it very difficult to see. So I'm going to pause for just a moment and close the curtains. All right, much, much better. You can see it so much better without that sunlight being on it. And you can actually see these cables forming. It is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start out with this cream off-white alpaca yarn to start with. So let me go ahead and get this ready. It does have a different feel to it than normal acrylic yarn, which is what I'm using here. And it is so soft, and I love the denseness of it. Ah, perfect, perfect. All right. And get this fastened on. And there we go. I'm going to chain one. And then I'm just going to work the normal pattern. This is a bag-o-day pattern, and I will include it in the description box since I am bringing it into this segment. All right, but let's just see. Here we go. Let's see how this works up. And I'm actually going to zoom in here so you can see this a little bit better. And oh my gosh, I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. Oh my goodness, it is going to be such a pretty accent to this sweater. I'm going to get to this little patch. We do a couple of double crochets right here. And once I get to the trying to think of what it's called. What did I just call this? The cables. Thank you, the cables. Then we'll stop and take a look at it. But you will have to come to the video live that I do on the update to see the update of this. And I will be posting that later this afternoon. Oh my goodness. I love this. It works very smoothly. I don't find any fibers trying to catch. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this alpaca yarn. I should. It was quite pricey, but oh my gosh, so worth it. So worth it. All right, well, thank you for joining me for the very first time I have crocheted with this alpaca yarn. It is, oh, so fun and exciting. I am loving the adventure of alpaca yarn. Look out, alpacas. Good morning, Joy family. It is Friday, or June the 13th. So Friday the 13th, and it is about 6:30 in the morning. And we are headed to my mom and dad's house to pick up my sister and take her to Atlanta, Georgia to meet up with her family and head back to Alabama. And so I thought I would come on here and start sharing a little bit of what's going on in the Joyful House today. And you got to ride with me the other day and see me ride into my parents' house. So I'm just gonna give you another little trip into there again today. All right, let me turn this around. A lot of traffic on the road this morning for it to be so early, but it is still a weekday and folks are going out to work. I keep telling Todd we have to remind ourselves that it's not Saturday. It keeps feeling like a Saturday to us, but it is a Friday. But such a beautiful drive coming in to their house. A lot of memories at this place. This road we're traveling, we used to walk it just to stretch our legs and enjoy nature. Like I said, oh, look, there's deer right here. A lot of deer. Oh, they're gonna run in front of us. Hey, pretty baby. Joyful's taking the window down. Hey, baby. Oh. He says, nope, they're talking to us. Out of here we go. Always love the sound of the tires on the gravel. But what I was going to say is young people, we always, had to be doing something, had to be moving. Always love the trees. There's not as many trees now as there used to be. But anyway, coming into their house. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say bye for now. And we'll share a little bit more later on the road. Joy family, we are doing a pit stop bathroom break. We've already dropped my sister off and we're headed back to South Carolina, and it is hot. It's 81 degrees outside, but it has been pouring rain or raining, so it's created this mugginess, this East Coast Southern mugginess. So while we were stopped, we got some ices. So that's another way of celebrating our childhood as well. All right, we'll come back and talk to you later. Bye. Look at this beautiful rainbow that God has given us this afternoon. What a perfect way to end this Friday evening. Be joyful, Joy family. Hello, Joy family. Welcome to this special segment of Welcome to My Playground. It is Saturday, June the 14th. And do you know what today is besides Saturday? It is actually Crochet in Public Day. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So this weekend I have been working on some things for my son Jonathan. He asked me to make him some double-sided pot holders. Well, he just asked me to make pot holders. I have chosen to make double-sided pot holders. And he wants some dishcloths, and he also asked for some pan handle covers for his cast iron pans. And then he asked me to make something like a dishcloth, but thick enough that he could actually use it to spread oil on the cast iron frying pans versus using a paper towel, because he says the paper towel ends up shredding on him as it gets hot. The fibers loosen up and then it starts leaving remnants of paper towel, and then he has to basically start over. So he's asked me to make something that he could do that for, and so that is what I'm actually working on at the current moment. But I'm using this to also try and come up with a version of the double-sided pot holders that I want to do. And I didn't think to bring the other pot holders that I had already done here with me. So I will make sure that I come back later and do a little quick video and show you those. And you'll also see them this coming Thursday at the Joyful House Tea Party. But anyway, the pot holders, they are double-sided, and you do them in a round, and then you fold them in and sew up a seam, and you've got this double-sided pot holder. You can do them in solid, you can do them in variegated. But y'all know me, or if you don't know me very well, you are going to start learning about me that I'm always trying to think outside of the box and be creative. So I want to do it where you might have one half of that pot holder as a solid and the other side a different color, or a solid and a variegated, but I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. And so I started kind of experimenting with this little size of the pot holder, because this is exactly what it ends up looking like. When you're working it in the rounds, it looks like this, but when you fold it in, eventually it meets in the middle and you can just sew up the seam. I hope you can see that. There you go. But obviously this is still not going to work for what I'm wanting to create with this double-sided pot holder. Being two-toned is what we'll call it. So I am still doing this, and this will be one of the little, you know, matte thingies or whatever that he can spread his oil and butter on as he prefers. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do as we crochet in public. The crochet knitting in public actually started June 14, 2005. So today they are celebrating their 20th anniversary of this. So, oh my gosh, how exciting is that? It's exciting for me because this is my 20th year actually crocheting. So little did I know that the very year that I started this craft, that would become such an amazing passion for me, that they also started with, you know, doing this in public. So here we are, we're enjoying this beautiful day. As you can see, we're at a playground, a different one than we were at before. May very well have to jump on one of those swings before we leave because that was so much fun the other day. But anyway, I am going to tilt this down so you can watch me crochet for just a little bit. I'm not going to bore you with sitting here watching me crochet and finish up this entire thing, but definitely want to spend part of this day with you. And so you probably would rather look at the yarn than me. I know I would. So let's do that. And then I will show you what my shirt says, because I had to wear a crochet shirt. If I'm going to crochet out in public, then I want to wear a crochet shirt. And I'm hoping that since we're at a park, we just had some folks here and they've already left. Maybe me talking to a camera made them uncomfortable. I hope not. But it was a dad and his kids. So happy Father's Day to him, and happy Father's Day to all of you that will be celebrating that special day tomorrow. But anyway, hopefully we'll have some more people that'll stop in and I can share my passion for crochet. Now I'm really bummed I didn't bring those other pot holders, because how neat that would have been to share. But anyway, do have something else that I will share with you and give you a sneak peek on. I got me a new cane, and I actually ordered two, and they are just what I thought, with the exception that the picture showed that they were supposed to be able to fold up, kind of much like a stick that a blind person would use, and they do not. So Mr. Joyful is still looking for one for me, but in the meantime, I've got one for the house and one for his car is what we're going to do. Originally, we were trying to get one for the house and one for my car, so I didn't have to carry them back and forth. However, we'll put one in the house and one in Mr. Joyful's car, and then when we get the other one, we'll put it in my car. But for now, I'm using the house one. So this is it. Love this handle. Look at that handle. Oh my gosh. And those little lines you see, that is for gripping with the fingers, and it is phenomenal. But this is the pattern on it. Of course, it's butterflies. And I like it because it's not like over busy. It's got that white solid background, and then the butterflies are random. There is another one that does fold up, even though this one said that it should. But it has more like a black or a navy blue solid background like the white is in this one. And the butterflies all touch each other. And they're just like a multiple of colors, which I love multiple of colors, but it makes it so busy. And I know it's not so much about the look as it is about the use of it. But, you know, look, if I'm going to use one, I want to use it in style. So it has to be a pretty accessory. Excuse me. All right. So I am going to tilt this camera down to my crochet. Hope I don't make anyone dizzy. That is not my intention. And of course, I cannot necessarily completely see what you see, but there we go. That's all right, because I need to see the work. Not what you're seeing. But I've looked down and ducked down enough that I can see that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to continue working on this for just a few moments, and maybe we'll get to hear some birds singing, maybe even the wind blowing, because it is blowing a little bit, as you could see with my hair earlier. And that breeze feels so good because it is a hot, hot June 14th day. All right, enjoy. Those birds sound so nice. I love nature. What is your favorite part about nature? Is it the scenery, the birds singing, the trees, the breeze blowing through the trees, the sky, the clouds in the sky? Well, all of that, I love all of it. And so much more. Just the calmness that it brings. Seems to bring harmony in such a chaotic world. One of God's greatest canvases and masterpieces, in my opinion. Hear a dog barking in the background. That beautiful sound. Saying hello to you. All right, and we have completed one round. So I am going to go ahead and stop this for now, and we'll come back and share a few more things before we head out. All right, wanted to show you my shirt. It says just one more row, and admit it, you know what that's like. We all say just one more row, but we really mean 2 more rows or 5 more rows or 10 more rows. But anyway, all right, happy crocheting. Short. And I don't know if you can see with the sunlight, but this is this little playground. And this is where we were crocheting. Tennis courts back there, or basketball courts, excuse me. Tennis courts is the other part, but there's tennis courts. Nope, that's more basketball down there. They just brought those in. We have filmed in this park before during a Wait For It with Cynthia segment. And there's our car in the shade. But no one else came in, so didn't get to share my crochet with anyone else, but that's okay. We still crocheted in public today.